Aquí tiene nombre puro, están en el maya. Está en
All the
maya.
names are Maya.
Of
Y
course.
uno se llama
All descendants of the Maya.
All descendants of the Mayan, of course. Yes, and they are the owners of this beautiful place.
The Mayans fled the invading Spaniards. And for 5 centuries, the Lacandonas have lived here in rural isolation, clinging to their traditional ways. But now, things are beginning to change.
Very recently, we signed an agreement between the government and them. We are paying the members of the community in order to preserve the rainforest.
So they don't cut it down.
They don't cut it down, any single tree.
So rather than slashing the rainforest to create farmland, the Lacandonas are instead beginning to support themselves with ecotourism.
Ah,
Wait,
how deep is the water? You want to see?
I'm a really bit, paddle bit.
Okay, I'm going to do it.
Okay?
Yeah, sure. Now we're having fun.
Ahora, ¿no me puedes platicar? ¿Nos podemos acercar y me platicas qué figuras hay ahí?
We stopped at a cliff wall covered in prehistoric paintings. Painted, they say, with human blood.
The hand there.
Yes, the hand, the little face. That is some kind of devil. And that is a monkey. And you see,
yeah, sure,
the left, the blood is from a single person. So who is married is not possible to receive his blood. Only single person.
Why are you looking at me?
You're single. So you're the perfect candidate.
Luckily for me, we paddled on.
So we are going to the cave, which is that way.
Are those bats? They just flew by.
The cave is the path to the other world.
Wow.
ดูความโมโหอะไรช็อกเกอร์ไปที่ออก
There is a skull there.
allá.
Ah, ya lo vi.
Sí, pero más aquí, puros cráneos.
A lot of skulls around. The Lacandonas had no doctor at all.
So if somebody got sick,
Yes, they used to come here, pray, bring some kind of offers in honor of the god, in order to cure the people who is sick.
so somebody didn't do too well.
Yeah, right. Okay, we can go back.
Have we angered the gods?
Probably they are happy.
When we reached the choppers, they were already running and ready for takeoff. When you travel with the president, you better move fast.
Now we are going to follow the rainforest northeast to the Yucatan.
Out the window, I was greeted by a spectacular view of the legendary ruins of Chichen Itza.
We're in Chichen, which is the sacred city of the Mayans and the most important place of the Mayan civilization. But you can see the pyramid.
Chichen Itza is the most important place of the Mayan civilization and the best preserved site.
The Temple of Kukulkan is the world-famous symbol of Chichen Itza. It was recently voted one of the new 7 wonders of the world. But the secret wonder of Chichen Itza lies here, in the Caracol, the ancient Mayan observatory.
The Mayans were tremendous astronomers. They were able to predict the orbits of Venus and even to predict eclipses and comets. And they were able to build these marvelous sites.
Each site at Chichen Itza is connected by an astronomical link. On the spring and fall equinoxes, the temple creates shadows that lead to stone serpent heads at the base. And that creates the illusion of a giant snake descending from the temple. Even the number of steps has an astronomical significance. The president told me that each of the 4 sides has 91 steps. Add in the top platform, and you get 365, the number of days in the solar calendar.
And you know this to be 91 steps.
91 steps. Do you want to count?
Let's go.
Okay.
All right.
Come on. So we need to climb
Right?
sideways,
Sideways.
like a serpent.
Like a
and
serpent.
That is the reason why the Mayans made the steps in this way, because they must to climb like a serpent.
26, 27,
28,
29, 30, 31. I'll go this way now. 2.
33.
What number are we on now?
11, 12, 13, 14.
54, 55, 56, 57.
Wait.
4.
4. Okay.
Okay, we're at 64,
Okay.
55.
5,
6,
80,
80,
81, 88, 89,
9, 90.
91. Okay.
We did it. He's right. It's 91 steps.
And his heart is in good condition.
Now my question to you, sir, is
Yes.
we got to go down.
Later.
Later,
Okay.
yeah, later.
Up at the top, the president had even more to show me.
So you can see all the surface of the peninsula from here.
Wow.
There.
And it wasn't just the spectacular bird's-eye view of the jungle. It was when we reached the entrance to the pyramid. The most incredible thing about Kukulkan is that this one pyramid is actually two. In a show of wealth and power, Mayan culture sometimes built larger pyramids atop older ones, and the outer pyramid has kept secret treasures hidden from view for hundreds of years.
So this is a very special place, and it's not easy to get into, but we have special permission.
We headed into the depths of the outer structure until we reached the top of the older pyramid inside.
I have a surprise for you. The jaguar of the Mayans, used to be reserved for the king. You can imagine the king seated on the throne of the jaguar in front of all the land in the top of the pyramid.
Because this used to be outside.
Yes,
Yes, of course. And that's all jade, isn't it?
it's all jade.
Amazing.
Okay,
Now we go down.
time to go back.
Okay.
Yes. We have a lot of things to see here in Chichen Itza.
Things to see, and as I was about to find out,
Listen the echo.
things to hear.
Did you listen to that?
Yeah.
The sound of the bird.
Which bird?
The most important bird of this area is quetzal.
The quetzal bird is one of the most revered species in Mayan tradition.
And Mayan engineers and architects used advanced acoustical designs to recreate the sound of this sacred bird.
Can I try?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, and
Oh, you hear it on all the sides now.
yes.
Not a coincidence.
Not a coincidence.
Mayan design not only revered life, but death as well. And just a short distance from the ruins lay the Chichen's portal to the underworld.
To appease the rain god, Chichen priests sacrificed humans, gold and jade into sacred sinkholes called cenotes. They were believed to be the residence of the lords of death.
The president wanted to take me in for a closer look at one of these cenotes and the mysterious Mayan underworld.
This is the cenote. And there are 100 of them in Yucatan. Today, we are not sacrificing young ladies. We sacrifice journalists. Where is your wetsuit?
That was good. You are kidding, aren't you?
But seriously, since the Yucatan has virtually no rivers, the only reliable source for drinking water were these freshwater cenotes. So it's no accident that the Mayans always built their settlements nearby. This one, Cenote dos Ojos, is one of the many entrances to an underground river system that's 42 miles long. And the president wanted a closer look.
Every time I come here to dive, it amazes me how beautiful it is. One of the problems divers have is that they become seduced by the beauty around them and spend twice as much time down here as they plan.
Anybody with a scuba license and enough nerve can do this dive, but you'll probably want to go with a guide, because there are places in this dark labyrinth where it's easy to become disoriented or lost. And yes, past divers have found ancient Mayan skeletons in some of these cenotes, with injuries that suggest human sacrifice. By now, it was obvious that the president was fascinated with Mayan culture. But he still had another thing to show me. As we left the Yucatan, the president pointed out a lone green mountain rising out of the jungle. But as we circled, the mountain soon revealed the mighty pyramid of Calakmul, a structure that predates Chichen Itza by 1,000 years.
It's like the jungle wants to swallow it.
Archaeologists have only recently begun the painstaking task of revealing the remains of this once Mayan superpower from the dense jungle below. And we've got the photos to prove it. Well, that is, if you're Facebook friends with the First Lady. We left the jungles behind and headed northwest to the state of Jalisco. Our destination, the coastal city of Puerto Vallarta.
There are a lot of Mexican traditions performing here, and I want to show you a special one.
Oh my goodness, what are those guys doing?
The name of this is the Voladores de Papantla, the Flyers of Papantla.
Their name hinted at what was to come, but I never imagined what I was about to see.
Oh wow, look at this.
It has not any security measure.
Are you dizzy? I'm dizzy.
Legend has it that the ritual of the Flyers of Papantla began 450 years ago to appease the gods during a long drought. Today, their descendants are practically born into the tradition, beginning their training at just 6 years of age.
There are 5 persons. One is the caporal.
Right.
Basically, he representing the sun, and the other 4 represent 4 elements: earth, water, wind, and fire. Each one of them is going to fly 13 revolutions around the stick. 13 revolutions times 4.
52.
52, which means the weeks of the year.
Is it any different than the pyramids with the steps to the top?
That's the same
thing.
issue.
So every number has a reason.
Every number has a reason for that. Very well done.
That was great, but we're not doing that.
No.
No.
I think so next time.
The president promised that this next stop on the royal tour would really be an adventure, and we had on board some very special guests. The president's 3 children, Juan Pablo, Luis Felipe, and Maria.
More stairs, Mr. President?
A little bit. Very good for your health, actually.
You know, Peter, the best way to see the forest isn't from the ground. It's from the treetops.
So, who is first, Peter?
I think you are, Mr. President.
Really?
Yeah.
Be my guest here.
No, you're going first. I want to learn from you.
All right.
Muy bien, perfecto.
Okay.
Listo, ahora puedes tomar asiento.
Ya me voy,
Los
okay.
brazos, yo te voy a tener hasta
Okay,
que estés
goodbye, Pete.
listo.
I hope you enjoy Mexico.
You're saying goodbye?
Y cuando gusten. Ajá, va rápido.
I had to admit, the president made that look pretty easy. So now, it was my turn.
Bye-bye.
Perfect. Right on, my friend.
That was an experience, boys.
And if you're wondering if ziplining is for kids, just ask Luis Felipe, Maria,
Whoa, look at that.
and Juan Pablo.
All right.
Padrísimo.
All right.
As we made our way from one canopy to the next, the thrills of riding the lines gave way to just appreciating the beauty of the environment.